frozen already. Oh, no, it's live now. Hey! Hello everybody and welcome to Scrapbook Saturday. Today we're going to do a scrapbook layout inspired by some designer series paper and snowflakes because I just love them. The designer series paper is, selected designer series paper is currently on sale and it is 15% off. And how can that not be any better? So scrapbooking and designer series paper really go well together. And I cannot wait to share my layout. So let's head to the graph desk and get started. So like I said, there's selected designer series paper currently on sale, and one of them is the Artistry Bloom DSP, and that is what I'm going to use. The Snowflake Splendor DSP is also on sale, but I thought it'd be fun to do, you know, just branch out a little bit. I'm going to just lift my camera up. Cool. Okay, as I said, I'm going to use the Artistry in Bloom DSP. And I've picked this gradient one of blues. The main color is Night of Navy and it's grades out light. I have to say, when I use gradients, I prefer to have the light color on top and the dark color on bottom, because the darker colors are heavier and I feel like they're falling down to the bottom. So that is my logic behind choosing all of that. Hey Vicky, how's it going? So let's get our trimmer. And I'm going to, this is 6 inches, and I'm going to divide it in half so that one half is 4 inches and the other half has 2 inches. Quite simple, but pretty. And I'm going to have, do you know what, I often have the bigger, kind of heavier side on the left, but today I'm going to step out of my comfort. Hello Joanne, I hope you are well too. You're good, that's great Vicky. I am well, I'm so excited to be home and scrapbooking. And I'm going to bring those in from the edges, just for fun. Now before we start gluing, I wanted to use some dies that I haven't used in a while. And they are the Christmas layer dies. And this little collection of snowflakes is just so beautiful. And then it's got 2 individual snowflakes. So let's do some die cutting first. Put that to the side. Okay, I should put it to the side. And I'm going to die cut them from, not Night of Navy because I'm running out and it's on my list to buy, but this is the new Misty Moonlight, which is a dusty version of Night of Navy. See, all the colors of tongue-tying me. You're procrastinating. Oh man, don't talk to me about procrastination. I am well versed in it. So let's bring in trusty old Bailey. Well, not old, but trusty Bailey. And the right combination of bliss. I did do some reorganizing of my craft space earlier this week. And now I have a shelf for Bailey and the plates. I'm going to fit those in. So, and I'll run that through. To do some layouting, because that is a real word. Still got bits. Okay, let's start with adhering this page and just grabbing some grid paper, because you know me, I like to line it up all nicely, and it's going to work better if I do it this way. Oh, we should chat together, Vicky. Let's create a group chat so that we all can be in communication. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm going to place the DSP half an inch from the edge there. See, I won't ever be home alone because kids will always bug me. So I had to leave the house to become on stage at home in peace. I do miss the fact that we're gathering, and I'm not going to catch up with all my friends, but it is what it is. So that was half an inch from the right, so we're going to do half an inch from the left on this side. So grabbing the glue, and this paper pack, as you can see on the other side, it's got this beautiful ombre orange and pinks. It's got some lovely colors in this DSP pack and lots of possibilities, and that's kind of why I've chosen it. Like, I know snowflakes and there's the Snowflake DSP would have been great, but I wanted to show some versatility. There we go. So we're going to take the snowflakes and start adding them, essentially. And that one's all. That one was the one that didn't die cut through. So we won't use that one. But we'll. I'm going to take your pick tool and do a bit more cleaning up of this dye. Well, it's not the dye, it's the die cut, isn't it? Come on. You don't want to. There we go. So I'm going to add that one off the edge there. Maybe actually put that one up here, and we'll add some smaller snowflake there. And then I've got these stamped in Misty Moonlight. These are snowflakes from the Snowflake Wishes stamp set, and they're all pre-die cut. So we can add some of these to our project as well. So we might layer that. Because on the darker area here, that's not even showing up. Need to move up forward. So I've got these snowflakes up here, and then if I add this big one down here, it shows up a bit more because that blends in and that shows up a lot more. So I'm happy with that. So let's glue that down, and let's do the fun glue trick. Got a piece of Stampin' sponge here, which I use only for glue, and I'm going to grab the silicone mat, which is hanging somewhere. There it is. And I've used this on glue before. So I'm going to scoop that across, and then can add some glue there. This is what you do when you didn't use the adhesive back sheets. Grab the sponge. You don't need a thick layer, but you just need to sponge it on. then you stick it down. And this is the alternative to using the adhesive back sheets, which it's a lot easier, less messy, but if you're in a pickle like I am right now and forgot, this is a highly recommended method. I learnt this from another demonstrator. I think it was Dina Redco in the United States. Can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure she was the one who I saw do this trick. And it is fantastic. I've got to say, it's a fantastic little gluing trick. Actually, I don't want that snowflake there. I'm going to leave that as is without that. And I'm going to flip my page to the other side and just trim these snowflakes off the edge. There we go. And then let's see, take our other side. It's in camera. I hope it's in camera. And add some more snowflakes. Take my pokey tool to get those bits out. And what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to break that up a bit. So I'm doing kind of the opposite. I've got a thinner strip of DSP here, and I'm putting lots of snowflakes, and I've got a thicker strip of DSP here, and I'm putting less snowflakes. It's a visual game. Ooh, good thing that fell glue side up. Okay. And some of these smaller individual snowflakes. There. Okay, you're not seeing me, but I am gluing those bits down. Doing a quick swooshing away of things, and I wanted to add some ribbon because last time we did it was very fun, but I should have done that before we added the snowflakes, but that's okay. We'll go over the top. Just need a little bit on either end. Just fold back with, and grab some tear and tape, and if I'm correct, tear and tape is the same width as this ribbon. So I'm just going to add bits of tear and tape along the length of this ribbon. And I should tell you what ribbon it is. So I'm not adding it to all of the ribbon, I just want bits, but this is the Snowflake Splendor ribbon. It is really pearlescent and pretty. Using my take your pick tool to remove the release paper. That was off screen. Sorry. Oh, nope, the sticky bit came off as well. That's not good. There. I'm going to have the ribbon sit on the white cardstock, not on the DSP. But there we go. And then we come to the back. And just add a little bit of tear and tape to the back to secure those ends. So you could cut them off, but I like to fold the ribbon across, around to the back. It's a cleaner look than a cut. It's really up to you how you decide to finish that off. There, pretty. And repeat for this side. Tear and tape is that perfect width of the ribbon. Do 3 pieces along the ribbon, and you can't really see it because it's see-through. So the ribbon is translucent, but you don't notice the tear and tape behind it. If you could see the tear and tape behind the ribbon, what I would recommend is adding a full length of tear and tape. That tear and tape did not stay behind. Well, a bow is very different, Joanne. A bow is a bow, and of course it's going to have a cut edge. Oh, ouch. But yes, I think for edges, like when you're not a bow, when you're pulling ribbon, unless it's a frayed look, like on purpose, and it's short, you know, it really just does depend. But if you're going for the full width, if you're going ribbon full width of something, I like to tuck it in behind. There. And make sure I have enough to tuck in on both sides. I'm kind of stretching the ribbon as well. There's lots of agreement happening. Yay! Got that. I've got lots of sprinkles of snowflakes all over the table. But hey, that's part of crafting. And now let's get some photos going. I've got 4x6 photos, well, representation of photos. And I was going to do, oh, I know what I'll do. This is kind of one of my favorite layouts, but I was going to do it on one side, but what'll be fun is if I do it across the middle of the 2 layouts. So if I don't know, can I? Will I be happy? It's not a question of can. I can, but will I? So the idea is it's like that pinwheel look. Scoot that, scoot that, scoot that, and scoot that. Yo-ho-ho. It's like the pinwheel look, but it kind of reminds me of a snowflake, sort of. You can just see it, kind of like a strange snowflake. Anyway, these are Night of Navy. No, they're not Night of Navy. These are all Misty Moonlight, and they're cut at 4 1/8 and 6 1/8 of an inch, so that you can put a 4x6 photo down on them. For once I am not measuring, but I'm going to eyeball finger down, approximately the same height. There. When we get into 1/8, measuring starts getting a bit too much, even for me. And as I've been doing, I've got my grey cardstock to represent my photos. So that the blue is just there as a mount, and this is the photo. I mean, I don't know, Joanne, to finish the layout, I feel like it needs photos. And yep, but yeah, those who can, it's fantastic. I'm just temporarily adhering these grey photos, and this layout could be good for really any occasion, particularly ones where you've got some photos, some portraits, some landscapes. And let's put a square photo over here. So I'm going to just trim one of my mats down to 4 1/8 inch, like so, and then a 4x4 photo. Yeah, I agree. Vicky, normally that's how I work, but considering I didn't want to share off all my personal photos so publicly, I've had to kind of learn to do this. But honestly, when I'm doing this, I do have some sort of photos in mind. So we have been to the snow in the past, and these photos will be for that. Love it. We could put, let's see, put a small photo there. We can go larger, 5x7, no. Oh, actually, could do a 5x7 there. Or add another, let's go with another 4x. No, I'm going to leave it. Some blank space is always good, but we do need some sort of sentiment, and I was going to use Snowflake Wishes. Now I know it has for a Merry Christmas underneath, but we're going to mask that off. So, mounting. I might put that sentiment there, that way if I need to add some photos, more space for photos, it's all good. And the way that I like to mask, so I've grabbed some washi tape and cover up the part that I do not need, and making sure I'm not covering any of the sentiment, that F there, W, then ink, and then carefully remove your washi tape without getting ink on your fingers is the trick. And the snowflake F doesn't have ink on it. The other way to do it would be to use your marker. That's not as dark. The perfectionist in me is not happy with that. I'm going to clean that off and start again. There we go. Tap, 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 tap. Ooh, that one's hard to ink up, that little spot there. Don't use your fingers. This is where you take your pick tool. Now it's inked up more. Now we can release and stamp, and I'm going to semi-line it up in the middle there, as in the middle of the top of, along the top of that photo. That Snowflake Wishes, yay! And we can't not stamp, and it is all about snowflakes. I'm going to grab these itty bitty snowflakes and some grid paper. Well, more like scrap paper, which happens to be grid, just so I can stamp off and add some detail amongst the die cutting. Pretty. And I might add some snowflakes to the bottom here. I am stamping off because I don't want them to be super dark. And what I'll do is double stamp off and add some over here as well. Ooh, I like that. Double stamp. Ooh. 1, 2, and turn that around and do it on the other side. Oh, that's so cute. Perfect little snowflake addition. Actually, I didn't need to stamp off there. It's nice and dark. We can add some snowflakes on the darker area in full strength. I like. Sometimes it's best to just pull back and not add too much. And for the finishing touch, really need to tidy my desk now. We're going to add some of the beautiful adhesive back snowflakes as well, and I'm choosing the white color because it's sort of iridescent like the ribbon. And all we need to do is, because they're adhesive backed, oh, that wind is picking up, just pick them up and add them to our page. One down here. Ooh. And you still haven't bought it, Tanya? I'm surprised. Ooh. That one flipped as I was sticking it. Yeah, it's a little subtle, but definitely subtle on camera. But if I pick that up a bit, you'll see that there's some snowflakes and it's cute and pretty. And these need more than one glue dot to be sitting up straight, but you get the picture. So yes, here is my snowflake layout, Snowflake Wishes, so perfect for some winter photos or Christmas if you kept in the rest of the sentiment. Hey Renee! And remember that the designer series paper, selected designer series paper, is currently at 15% off. I have the link in the description to shop directly with me, and you can buy your paper and perhaps try some scrapbooking or card making with that paper. Doesn't matter, just spend some time being creative. I hope you all have a wonderful the rest of your weekend, and I will catch you all later. Bye for now.